All right, lots to cover as always, fam. Let's get it. In today's show, we're going to be discussing the Bitcoin bulls risk trading a range loss as the Bitcoin price nears 2-month lows. Also in today's show, Bitcoin soars in Argentina as Javier Milei wins the presidential primary. Quoting myself, anyone walking around with a scepter preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi while exposing the central banking cartel has my full support. Let's freaking go. We'll also be discussing Coinbase wins the approval to sell Bitcoin and Ethereum futures products in the United States, as well as Bitcoin supply crisis would trigger the Bitcoin bull market, even if the ETF bids get denied, according to crypto analysts. We'll also be discussing the Bitcoin price will surge past $150,000 if the spot ETFs are approved, according to Tom Lee, quoting him here. Well, if the spot Bitcoin gets approved, I think demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin, and so the clearing price is over $150,000. It could even be $180,000. Also in today's show, $500,000 Bitcoin price now on the table as classic indicators suggest a parabolic rally incoming, according to quant analysts Plan B. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market, all this plus so much more in today's show. And guess what, fam? I just launched our Patreon for Crypto News Alerts. If you want to help support the show and keep us on air, regardless if we ever get canned in the future or deplatform, you could now do so. You'll notice here on your screen, you can become a Bitcoin pleb for $5 a month, which gives you interactive access to our community through our Crypto News Alerts Discord server, access to write and interact in the general channel, access to share memes in our memes channel, as well as access to the Crypto News Alerts pod questions in our Discord Ask a Question channel. Now, if you want to become a HODL Gang member, it's $11 a month. You get everything previously mentioned, as well as the share channel where you can share yourself, your content, and what you're doing with our community. And then we have the MicroStrategy, $23 a month. We'll give you everything previously mentioned, as well as the podcasting channel access, as well as our tech channel access. And then next up, we have Grayscale, which will give you everything previously mentioned, as well as our health and fitness channel. And then we have the top level, which is Satoshi, which is going to give you everything previously mentioned, plus access to post meetups in our private Discord channel, as well as access to our Discord Mastermind private channel exclusive for Satoshi Patreon members. Now you'll notice the way it's listed here. A no coiner means you're not contributing at all. And then if you become a $5 Bitcoin pleb, you're basically in the game as a Bitcoiner. HODL Gang means you're a hodler. And then MicroStrategy, you know, they hold over 150,000 Bitcoin. And then Grayscale holds over 400,000 Bitcoin, and Satoshi being the creator and the god of this entire thing. Now, I do have a promo running right now in honor of Satoshi creating 21 million Bitcoin and the launch of the Crypto News Alerts on Patreon. I decided to offer the first 21 Patreons to be comped the level above, which you pay for. An example, if you purchase the $5 monthly pleb level, you'll be comped the $11 a month HODL Gang level. Or another example, if you purchase the $47 a month Grayscale level, you'll be comped the $97 a month Satoshi level. And that's it. I appreciate everyone's continued support. You guys do mean the world to me. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't even have a show. So if you want to contribute and give back and help to support the Crypto News Alerts fam, I encourage you to become a Patreon. If you're unable to do that, it's all good. Just by watching the show, sharing and liking and commenting, you're also showing tremendous support, and I greatly appreciate that. And you're going to notice a Patreon link in the description right down below for you to check it out if you want to take advantage of it. Just note those 21 positions in honor of Satoshi creating 21 million Bitcoin. Once they're gone, it's gone forever. So I highly encourage you to take advantage of it if you're in a position to do so. Also note that the Discord Crypto News Alert server, which I created and just launched, is now live and everyone can access that. However, to participate and interact with the community, it will require you to become a Patreon. But if you just want to download the Discord chat to kind of see what it's like, feel free to do so. You also notice that link in the description below. It's discord.cryptonewsalerts.net. All right, that was a mouthful. Now with all of that being shared, welcome everyone just tuning in to today's show. This is pod episode number 1374. I'm your host, JV, and today is August 17th, 2023. And checking out our market watch, as you can see on the screen, the market is correcting. We finally broke back below that $28,000 support, unfortunately, but hey, we're right on the cusp of it, and we're down about 4% for the day. We also have Ether back down at roughly the $1,700 level. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, the current crypto market cap sits at 1.1 trillion with 43 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance at 49% even and the Ether dominance at 18.8%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, we have Rune leading the pack up 3%, trading at $1.57, followed by Cosmos up 1%, trading just under $8, followed by Arweave only up 0.8%, trading above $5. And the rest, I mean, not much in the green, as virtually everything's correcting in the red. As you can see here, the top gainers for the week, what do we got? 2 out of the top 100 actually in the green, meaning 98% losers. Not looking so great at the current time being. And checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, we're currently rated a 50, which is neutral. Yesterday was a 52, last week a 53, and last month a 56 in greed. So there you have it, and welcome to y'all just joining the live show. We got a jam-packed session for you, so without further ado, let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out the charts and what's popping with the King Crypto. Bitcoin targeted 2-month lows today on August 17th as the US inflation returned to spook the crypto markets. And here you're looking at the not so sexy looking Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Data from Cointelegraph and TradingView confirmed the lowest Bitcoin price level since June 21st, with Bitcoin wicking to 28,300 as the current low. The downside came after the US Fed published the minutes of its July meeting to discuss future monetary policy. Quoting the FOMC here, participants discussed several risk management considerations that can bear on future policy decisions. With inflation still well above the committee's longer run goal and the labor market remaining tight, most participants continue to see significant upside risk to inflation, which could require further tightening on monetary policy. Now, while the Fed equally voiced uncertainty over the effects of existing monetary tightening, now do you notice they always talk about uncertainty and fear? Why? That's so they can manipulate the markets, FYI, keep you in fear and keep you away from Bitcoin the best they can. Let me know if they're doing a good job at it. Now, these included the 21-week and 100-day simple moving averages, which currently sit at 28,600 and 28,570, which you can see here in this chart. Now, Bitcoin also challenged the lower boundary of the multi-month trading range previously highlighted by popular traders Dan Crypto as well as Crypto Tony. Quoting him here, 28.8 has now been lost in Bitcoin, so I'll be looking to short this down now while we remain below 28.8. Now, meanwhile, not everyone appeared to be convinced that the next FOMC meeting in September would yield higher rates. According to the CME Group's FedWatch tool, the odds of the Fed keeping that current rate intact remained at nearly 90% after the release. And quoting Caleb Franzen, disinflation plus stronger earnings plus stronger economic data plus nearing the end of the rate hike cycles has been the perfect recipe for market returns and the development of an uptrend. Now, while these conditions could change in the future, I don't see any evidence that it has changed yet. So there you have it. Let me know if you're currently bullish or bearish on the King Crypto. Do you think we're likely to continue dropping even lower? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. Now let's discuss continued Latin American adoption in Argentina as the pro-Bitcoin president is winning, at least in the primary. This is actually quite enticing and interesting. So let's break this down and shout out to everyone in Argentina. The price of Bitcoin jumped to a fresh high in Argentina since the news of the Bitcoin-friendly presidential candidate Javier Milei won the primary election on August 13th, with one Bitcoin reaching a value of 10.2 million Argentine pesos on August 14th, according to data from CoinGecko. And while the global crypto markets are experiencing a notable slump, some parts of the world are still recording new all-time highs for BTC. In Argentina, Bitcoin has seen a sharp climb this week, with Bitcoin rallying 21% from 8.4 million ARS to 10.2 million in less than 1 hour on Monday. Look at this chart. Let's go. At the same time, Bitcoin has been steadily gaining against ARS since late 2022. And since hitting a new record high, Bitcoin price versus ARS has dropped slightly. And the most recent Bitcoin rally in Argentina has been attributed to the presidential primary win by pro-Bitcoin presidential candidate Javier Milei. After winning the primary with more than 30% of the votes, Milei is now the front runner in Argentina's general election in October. Could you imagine if he does become the president and adopt Bitcoin as the legal tender, as their population is much larger than El Salvador? Now, as previously reported, Milei wants to abolish the central bank and adopt the US dollar as Argentina's currency. The presidential candidate also believes that Bitcoin is a reaction against the central bank scammers, while fiat currency allows the politicians to scam Argentines with inflation. Preach. And with Bitcoin, we've seen record highs, as you know, in Argentina recently. With Bitcoin has been in the decline, however, in the global markets since August 14th. Bitcoin lost about 4% of its value versus the dollar, dropping below that key psychological level of 29,000 just yesterday on August 16th. Now, Argentina is not the only country that has seen Bitcoin price at its highest historic levels amid the massive inflation of recent. Bitcoin has also been trading near all-time high levels in countries like Turkey, which reportedly saw its inflation rate rising to nearly 50% in July. And in July, Bitcoin climbed to the highest level versus the Turkish lira, reaching a value of 819,000 Turkish lira per BTC, according to data from CoinGecko. And quoting Milei, or actually this is quoting myself regarding Milei, anyone walking around with a scepter preaching the holy gospel of Satoshi while exposing the central banking cartel has my full support. So let's freaking go. How many of you would love to see him be elected of president in Argentina? And do you think he will abolish the central banking cartel if he wins? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. Now, we all know we've been waiting upon a spot Bitcoin ETF in the United States for over a decade, but guess what? The regulators are approving futures ETFs. They just gave Coinbase the green light to do both Bitcoin and ETH futures, believe it or not. Let's break this down. And welcome y'all just joining us. Make sure to say hello in the live chat. American crypto exchange Coinbase has acquired approval from the government to offer Bitcoin and Ether futures in the U.S. In a new blog post, Coinbase says it's been given the green light by the National Futures Association to manage a futures commission merchant and offer eligible U.S. traders both Bitcoin and Ethereum futures products. Now, FCMs are federally regulated entities that offer and accept futures contracts related to securities and commodities. Quoting them here, in September of 2021, we filed an application with the NFA to register an FCM. Our team has worked with regulators since then to ensure we'll comply with all the necessary regulations that our FCM's business model meets with the CFTC's customer protection requirements. And today we're pleased to announce the approval has been secured, which will allow eligible U.S. customers to access regulated derivatives products through Coinbase Financial Markets and alongside our spot market for a seamless experience subject to the oversight of the CFTC and NFA. Now, just keep in mind that derivatives are a financial weapon of mass destruction. They're not going to help you, fam. It's just only going to get you wrecked. So is it surprising that the SEC approved this and continues to not allow spot ETFs? You let me know your opinion. According to the blog post, Coinbase will be the first crypto firm to offer both traditional spot market trading as well as federally regulated crypto futures. Quoting them again here, the global crypto derivatives market represents 75% of crypto trading volume worldwide and is a critical trader access point. The ability to trade using margin gives customers leverage so you can get wrecked and access to the crypto market with less upfront investment than traditional spot trading. And being able to express long and short positions, investors also use derivatives to manage risks on their underlying crypto assets. So there you have it. I am curious, by a show of hands, how many of you have ever dabbled with futures ever before or have traded with leverage? Let me know in the comments. And how many of you actually have real plans to actually take advantage of Coinbase futures for either Bitcoin or Ethereum? Let me know. Or if you're going to be staying away from it, I'd love to know your thoughts and your feedback. And with that being shared, let's now discuss a Bitcoin supply shock, which could be incoming. And then we'll be discussing Tom Lee's prediction of $150,000 to $180,000 Bitcoin price once the ETF gets approved in the US, followed by the latest from quant analyst Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model, predicting a $500,000 Bitcoin price incoming, along with the time frame and timeline. Yeah, so let's break down the supply shock first. Popular crypto analyst believes Bitcoin will witness another bull run even if the regulators all reject the ETFs. We're talking about Josh Rager. According to the crypto strategist, the halving, which slashes Bitcoin miners' rewards in half, which is scheduled to be less than 9 months out, will create a supply issue that sends the Bitcoin price into a bull territory next year without a spot-based ETF acting as a catalyst. So virtually saying, we don't need the ETF. We're going to go bull either way. I would say due to the supply issue and the block reward cut in half, that Bitcoin halving is definitely will have an impact on the price, but the impact on price is delayed usually by a couple of months. If you look at the past historical Bitcoin halvings and where the price started, uptrend post-event. The Bitcoin ETF is a significant factor in overall Bitcoin price and will have a major influence in the upcoming year still. Even if ETF was denied, though I don't see this happening this time, with the Bitcoin supply crisis at hand, it'll very likely Bitcoin price will continue to uptrend throughout 2024 after an ETF denial dump. And Josh highlights that the post-halving uptrend has historical precedence, but notes that a sample size is low. Quoting him again alongside this chart, one can't deny the fundamentals and impact that a decrease in block reward has on overall price over the following years. Even if the ETF denial happens, Bitcoin will still run up in 2024. He continues on to share my prediction for Bitcoin price over the next year. Bitcoin ETF in September also gets postponed until March. Price pulls back and continues to chop range between 20 and 30,000 over the next 6 months. ETF approved by March, Bitcoin price pumps into the halving event around April, maybe up until 40,000. And after the halving, the price stalls and pulls back a bit for the week following. And up-only Bitcoin price action starts sometime around June, July of 2024 and runs hard into early mid 2025. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the analyst Josh Rager that we're likely to start pumping and run up as we prepare for the next halving event. And now let's discuss the latest from Fundstrat's Tom Lee, who was recently interviewed on TV and made a very bold prediction that with the approval of an ETF in the United States, the Bitcoin price is likely to rocket to between $150,000 and $180,000. Let me start by I transcribed what he shared in this interview in case you missed it. Here's what he had to say when asked, "I always like hearing your price targets because you are always so fearless. Where are you on Bitcoin by the end of next year, let's say?" And Tom Lee responded, "Well, if the spot Bitcoin gets approved, I think the demand will be greater than the daily supply of Bitcoin. And so the clearing price is over $150,000. It could even be $180,000 per BTC." And they asked, "That's only if the spot ETF gets approved?" And Thomas Lee responded, "Yeah, because a spot Bitcoin ETF is approved already outside the US. And when asked, but if not approved, then are we just lingering at around 29,000? In which he responded, "There is still upside cast because of the halving next year. So you'll have a drop in supply again. So the clearing price has to increase, but it won't be 6 figures." So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Tom Lee. I definitely agree that because of the halving, regardless of the ETF, the price is destined to go up. But if we do get that ETF, it's just going to go up that much faster. Now in June, Wall Street heavyweights Fidelity, Invesco, Wisdom Tree, and Valkyrie followed BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, in applying for Bitcoin spot ETF with the SEC. However, some of these firms may not learn their fate until sometime in 2024, as the SEC has up to 240 more days to make a final decision on an application after commencing the review process. And naturally, they're just going to continue to push it back as long as they can. The outcome for Grayscale's appeal to convert its GBTC Trust product into a spot Bitcoin ETF is, however, expected to come sooner rather than later. We have Bloomberg ETF analyst Eric Balchunas and James Seyfarth, who recently estimated there's a 65% chance of these Bitcoin spot ETFs being approved by the regulator, a significant increase from before BlackRock's application. Others have tipped that 100,000 Bitcoin price can come much sooner than expected, with Blockstream CEO Adam Back recently wagering that Bitcoin will notch the new price milestone the month before the halving. But what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments right down below. And now let's discuss our breaking story of the day. And that's Plan B, the quant analyst. He just went live on his YouTube channel yesterday and shared some very bullish predictions regarding the stock to flow and relative strength index and these indicators, which are lining up perfectly right now for a bullish rally to take us to a new stratosphere of all-time highs at around the time of the halving of next year. So let's break this down, and welcome to everyone just joining us and tuning in. I appreciate everyone's continuous support. So here we go, and shout out to Plan B. The widely followed crypto analyst says a historical reliable indicator suggests Bitcoin's price may surpass six figures in about 1 year. In a new strategy session, the quant analyst tells his YouTube subs that Bitcoin's RSI, which is the relative strength index, appears to be repeating a pattern that previously signaled parabolic rallies. That's right, the RSI is an indicator that tracks the momentum of an asset. Here's what Plan B had to share in this recent interview video. It would mean that the RSI is going to rise from here towards the halving. There will be volatility, of course. It may not be in a straight line. Then a bull market in 2024 with an RSI of around 90 or a little above, little below, doesn't matter. And then a bear market after that in 2025, 2026. Plan B uses his stock to flow model to predict the Bitcoin price in alignment with the forecasted RSI pattern. Now, the stock to flow traditionally used to track the performance of commodities such as precious metals and compares an asset's price to its available supply. So virtually it's supply and demand. The model indicates the Bitcoin can hit $60,000 heading into the expected April 2024 halving event. Send it, let's go. That's when the miners' rewards, as you know, are cut in half, followed by a massive move to between $300,000 and $500,000 per coin. Quoting him here, and in Bitcoin price, it will look like this. So we are here at the moment at this $30,000 level, stuck for months there. And in this scenario that I just showed in RSI, this is the price that belongs to that. So it would rise with volatility towards the halving around the stock to flow value of $60,000 per coin. And then the bull market really goes on. The second stage of the bull market with FOMO and greed. And then in this scenario, it's a rather conservative bull market that bottoms out or flattens out just below the stock to flow value of $500,000. So this averages at $300,000, which is still pretty okay. I would guess it is 10x from here. So there you have it. He's virtually saying on a conservative perspective, expect the Bitcoin price to rise 10x from the current price to roughly 300,000. On a bullish perspective, we can see the Bitcoin price climb as high as $500,000 per coin post 2024 halving, which again is around the corner, scheduled to be sometime in April of 2024. And to watch this video, he did Plan B on RSI, Bitcoin of $300,000, which he shared on YouTube. Check the show notes below the video in the description. And what are your thoughts? Do you feel Plan B will be correct and we're likely to hit a multiple six-figure price post 2024 halving, and even climbing as high as 60,000 before the halving? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And massive shout out to everyone here in the live chat. Bitcoin Maximus in the building. We got Barry from Holland. November, we go to the moon. Let's go. Sailing with Twins. Michael Volker. What's up? Tough T. Billy Boy. Response Audio. What's good? D Gun. Welcome. World's Explorer. Welcome to all the newbies just joining the show. TS. Welcome. Young Ryu. You're bringing back memories of the Street Fighter days. That was actually my favorite character in that game. How many of you remember Street Fighter? I remember going to the arcade and playing Ryu every single day like clockwork. What's up, Jay Vennings? Future is a good way to lose your shirt when the fake outs happen. 100% expect to get wrecked if you're going to be dabbling in that. 100%. Megadon Chill, what's up? $0 G Row, good to see you, fam. Mikey likes it, what's good? Neo Styles, Evan Rivero, what's good? Pure Vita fam. Billy Boy, welcome. Investing Samir, welcome. LFC Liverpool Film Club, welcome. Tony Jeffries, welcome. Minka, welcome. K Rages, welcome. Good to see y'all. And yeah, we got a ton of chats. So I'm going to start reading people's comments out loud now. Digital Dankness. It's nice to have an early stream. Yeah, today I went early because I got to pick up my daughter at 3. So I can't stream at 3. So I'm like, let me get all my work done before I pick up my daughter so I can just have a full day of fun with her dedicated to her. That's why we're earlier than usual, as typically I'd be going live at 4 p.m. Eastern. I appreciate the support regardless of what time we do go live. What I want to know is, how is every Bitcoin that's available not bought up already? An excellent question by William O'Leary. And I responded something a little earlier like, yo, short-term hodlers are always going to sell at the right price because they purchased it with that specific intent to sell at a certain price so they can collect their realized gain or profit. So I think there were always going to be people willing to sell at a certain price point. However, keep in mind, it's the long-term hodlers, which I hope you are as well, as you know I am. We're not selling regardless of the price. So the price is just a fantasy. It doesn't matter what it reflects, because we know one Bitcoin is always going to be equivalent to one Bitcoin. Why would you sell? We don't want that fiat crap to begin with. You know what I mean? So just keep on stacking them stats. But that's why. It's just weak hands or paper hands, however you want to coin that. The hourly, 4-hour, and daily all have oversold conditions on the RSI, points out dankness, but the weekly is still on overbought. This is indecisive to say the least. Word up. Knoxville, what's up? Grayscale is hiring for their ETF team. That's what's up. They're continuing to expand. They're the largest hodler of Bitcoin minus Satoshi, just FYI, in case you didn't know. I liquidated myself before Nexo liquidated me, so I can start from zero again and stack stats slowly. Says Ellie, welcome back. It's okay. A lot of us have had to start all over again. It is what it is. Massive shout out and respect to Invest Answers, one of my favorite YouTube channels. He also supported me when I got unjustly terminated temporarily on YouTube. He was one of the first influencers to make a tweet about it, or now it's considered a tweet form, as Twitter, but it's now called X, but you get the point. And yeah, so we got to show him love and respect. I appreciate the support, fam. Doing well. Good to see you, Matthew. Baz Dragon. Yeah, we are early today, 100%. Keep stacking, K-Rageous. 100%. Digital having some small limits filled. Good stuff. Hey, Fairground Fun Days. Good to see you. Tony Jeffries in the house. Love from Liverpool. Digital says basic economics, supply and demand. Exactly. That's kind of a flown fact, but the ETFs will be a rocket ship to the moon. 100%. I just want to know, how did you get back your YouTube videos? Did YouTube succumb to Bitcoin's power? Good question coming from investor Samir. So let me take some time to actually address that. On July 31st, I got unjustly terminated. They claimed I violated their dangerous and harmful policy, which is a bunch of malarkey, shenanigans, BS. And I knew it was BS. And then I submitted my appeal. And then hours later, they're like, after reviewing your appeal, we've decided we made the right decision because your videos do violate our, and I'm just like, oh my God, it felt like a Matrix attack because I got no strikes or warnings. So that was my natural inclination, as I called it. But then roughly 10 days later, on August 10th, I got an email from YouTube and it said, sorry, we made a mistake. You do not violate our dangerous or harmful policy. So we reinstated your channel along with all of your videos, which is roughly 1,800 videos of content, which took me virtually 6 years to create, over 10,000 hours worth of content creation, just gone, waking up just like that. However, I got it reinstated. So now all is well. So the show must go on. I bought the JIT. Not waiting just in case, says Evan Rivero. Smart man. Buying now, the 5,000 to 10,000 difference won't make a difference next year. 100%. Great point. Don't be late and accumulate, says Mikey. Likes it. Word up. Zero says most people will panic sell because of the decline, and when a slightly bullish news event comes out, it'll break out of the 32 range and continue. Keep holding, and remember, today Bitcoin is on sale. Sage advice. That's a great optimistic viewpoint to adopt, which can serve you very well. Wake up when 35,000 comes, says Greg. Word up. What the frick? We early today, says Selling with Twins. 100%. Future's a good way to lose your shirt, says Vennings. 100%. JV, thank you and much for your efforts. You're a hero. Thank you. Very, very much appreciate you. Much respect. Some people don't think that the BlackRock ETF won't be approved. Some people think it will be approved, others don't. I think it's destined to be approved. BlackRock wouldn't be wasting their time. They are more powerful than the government. They control $10 trillion in assets, so they will get their way, mark my words. But the question becomes when. I think it's likely to happen sometime next year, pre-halving event, but we shall soon see. Happy Algorithm, says World Explorers. Much love, fam. Appreciate that. Hello from Georgia, says G Dunn. I also subscribe to you on Rumble. We rollin', baby. 100%. And shout out to everyone streaming live on Rumble right now. It seems since my YouTube channel has come back, though, the audience on Rumble has dwindled significantly, as when we were deplatformed from YouTube on Rumble, we were getting as many as 4,000 or 5,000 viewers on a stream. And now that we got the YouTube channel back, it's very, very minuscule to what we did have, but it's all good. I like to give people the opportunity to use whatever platform you're comfortable with. So for some of you, it's Rumble. For others, it's YouTube, etc. All good. ESP Academy, what's up, JV? What's good, fam? Tim's Crypto, welcome. Good to see you. Neo Styles, welcome on having 60,000 6 months after the halving of 200K. We shall see. Was good, Henry. Good to see you, fam. Top time for the show. Appreciate that, Barry. JV, not sure if you realize this or not, but you have a natural propensity in this media creation space. The way you articulate the news with no BS or apparent biasness is spot on. Keep it up. Again, I'm humbled and greatly appreciate all the support. You guys are amazing, making me blush a little. My 28,250 order finally got filled. Congratulations on stacking them sats, Robert O'Connor. Great to know. Love your YouTube channel, buddy. Carry up the good work. Appreciate that. Higher Colin, fire was good. BlackRock's track record, we'll say. Well, yeah, you know, the track record of BlackRock getting ETFs approved by the SEC is like 575 to 1. So it's virtually 99.99% of being approved. Just saying. Bitcoin has never dropped below its price 3 years prior. Therefore, by the beginning of December, it should rise to at least December 2020 levels. I hope you're right. Keep Rumble as a backup, 100%. I am on Rumble every day, says Dankness. And I also appreciate you guys who are dual streaming on both communities. Much love and much respect. But anyways, now let's dive a little deeper. I announced the launch of the Crypto News Alerts Patreon a little earlier on in the show. And what I actually would like to do right now, let's see if I can share my screen again. I want to actually discuss this a little more in detail. So again, first and foremost, we just launched officially the Patreon for Crypto News Alerts. This is your opportunity to show your support if you're in a position to do so. I also understand not everyone's going to be in a position to contribute. It's all good. Just by watching this video on a daily basis, you know what I mean? You're supporting me more than you even know. But anyways, if you're in a position to, send $5 a month to become a Bitcoin pleb, you're going to get a tremendous amount of benefits, which is outlined right here. And then we also have the HODL Gang level membership for $11 a month. We have the MicroStrategy membership for $23 a month. We got the Grayscale level for $47 a month, and the Satoshi membership level, which is the top Patreon tier, for $97 a month. And I have a promo running exclusively right now in honor of Satoshi creating 21 million Bitcoin and the launch of the Crypto News Alerts on Patreon. I decided to offer the first 21 paid Patreons only to be comped the level above that which you pay. For example, if you purchase the $5 a month Bitcoin pleb level, you'll be comped the $11 a month HODL Gang level. Or if you purchase, for example, the $47 a month Grayscale level, you'll be comped the $97 a month Satoshi level. And I greatly appreciate all of your support, regardless of which membership level you come in at. I also like to point out that the Discord, important to share, is free to join. So all of you could contribute as far as participating on the Discord. The Discord link for the Crypto News Alerts private server, which I just set up, is discord.cryptonewsalerts.net, or just simply search the description below this video. You'll notice that link, and then just click on the link and take advantage of it. If you're new to Discord, it's pretty cool. I'm new to it myself. I just got familiar with it, and I was actually pretty impressed, and I thought it would be a great idea to launch a Discord specifically to grow our community so we can connect on a deeper level, get to know each other a lot better, and help support one another. There's a lot of things that I have discovered over the years where I can help others as far as coaching or support, etc. Things when it comes to tech. I had to discover all this tech to set up a podcast. You know what I mean? The equipment that I use, how to podcast to get views. If you're ever considering launching your own podcast to share, crypto, Bitcoin, or anything you're passionate about, I can definitely guide you and show you the way, as I do have the #1 Bitcoin daily pod in the world, and I started from scratch, virtually nothing, a few years back. So other things, just having access to these groups, being able to share your content, being able to connect with one another, being able to ask questions that I can share, and answer live on the show. It's just a great opportunity for us to continue to grow together. And like I said, we're going to run that promo as soon as we have 21 paid Patreons. That will be over, and no one will ever be able to take advantage of that exclusive promo ever again. So I highly encourage you to take advantage of it if you're in a position can to do so. And with that being shared, back to the comments. Patreons, whoop, whoop. Let's freaking go. Shout out to Bitcoin Maximus. Much love, fam. Great idea. How many of you are currently using Discord? Please let me know. I'm curious how many of you are familiar with it to begin with. Churchyard says, what is Rumble? Is it another platform for social media? That's precisely what Rumble is. It's a competitor of YouTube. It's a video platform where you can share videos as well as live stream. So I'm using Rumble now simultaneous with YouTube to stream. Right now I am live on Rumble. If you don't have a Rumble account, set one up. I started using Rumble when Andrew and Tristan Tate got attacked via the Matrix, and they got deplatformed from all of social media, including YouTube. So I'm like, I still want to follow Andrew, but you know, we can't see him on YouTube. It's just other people posting him because he's not allowed to have a platform anymore. So I thought it was cool. And I'm also a paid member of Rumble, so I don't experience any commercials. The same as YouTube, there's a $10 monthly premium membership, and it's very worth it if you don't want to watch ads. If you like ads, then don't get the premium membership. But I highly encourage it. I think it's great, and it's also going to serve as a tremendous backup in case YouTube ever deplatform me again, as they did in the past. We immediately have another backup channel, so we're not going to lose any content, and we won't miss out on any episodes. So I think it's a win-win for the entire community. Let me know if you guys are on Rumble. Thanks, mate, for the info. You're very welcome. I have my own servers and use Discord a lot, says Dankness. Love to hear that. There's probably a lot I can learn from you because I am brand new to it. I just set it all up, set up my bot, all the automations, the roles. It's a lot of fun. I'm really digging in it personally, and I think I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the Discord. So again, if you want a lot of the exclusiveness and all the benefits of becoming a Patreon and interacting in the Discord, I highly encourage you to jump on that and take advantage of it. Loving your non-biased views as usual, JB. Keep up the great work, bro. You're very welcome, Michael Morris. Appreciate your support. Much love. Someone asked, what's your thoughts on Polkadot? I think it's a great project. I don't really talk much about it. It was booming, and when it was booming a couple of years back, I talked about it a lot as it was in the news a lot. I'm out of the loop on the updates. I don't even know what's going on. I just know it was a competitor of Ethereum and as well as Solana. So I don't really have a lot of insights on it, but I know at one point it was one of the top gainers of the previous cycle. So if anyone has insights on it, do let us know and I'll share them out loud. You get the Me6 and Patreon setup. You're doing great. Keep it up. I do have the Me6 bot, but I discovered a superior bot called Sapphire. So I just set that one up as well. Dankness, you may want to check that one out. It offers a lot of the features that the Me6 bot charges for. So a lot of advantages. Discord, yes, says $0. Happy to hear that. I dropped Discord, won't use it anymore, says CoinFather. Curious why that is. What happened on Discord to cause you to stop using it? Steve Dre says Bitcoin is the one and only. There is no second best. Would Michael Saylor tell us there is no second best? There's Bitcoin, right? And you got Bitcoin. Classic. Anyways, fam, let's do a recap because I got to pick up my daughter here shortly. Here's a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. And again, I appreciate all the support, much love, and much respect. In today's episode, we broke down the latest technical analysis, as well as Bitcoin soaring in Argentina as Javier Milei wins the presidential primary. We also discussed Coinbase winning the approval to sell Bitcoin and Ether future products in the United States. Thank you, No Clarity Gary. We also discussed the Bitcoin supply crisis can trigger Bitcoin bull market, even if the ETF bids get denied, according to crypto analysts. We also discussed the latest prediction from Tom Lee, projecting that the Bitcoin price will range between 150 and 180,000 immediately after the spot ETFs in the United States finally get approved. And I also broke down the latest with the $500,000 Bitcoin price target now on the table, as classic indicators suggest a parabolic rally incoming, according to quant analyst Plan B, creator of the Bitcoin stock to flow model. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below.